Yo, welcome. What's up, podcast world? This is episode 43 of the 10 Cents Podcast. We are back again. It's your boy Rick Rob in the driver's seat. How you living? Man, let's do a quick roll call. Who we got today? Let's start with my boy Luda. How you living?
What's up, everybody? What's up, Rick Rob? This is Luda. And just want to shoot out to all our podcast listeners. If you like us, please hit that like button and subscribe, and you'll get notified every time there's a new upload. But this is Luda with the crew, because this is how we do when we do what we do.
Hey, man, bless up. Coach, how you doing, man?
Good, Rick Rob. It's good to be back. It looks like we got a full house today. And in honor of episode 43, in my background, I had to, represent the Steelers winning Super Bowl 43. For y'all that didn't know, you Cardinal fans, fair weather fans, don't shake your head. That's facts. Good to be here.
Roberto, talk to me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm a little hungry, man. My Cash App is Roberto1. Hit me up. I need some money. Holla.
That's for a Skylark.
What happened last week? You said you got a raise and was willing to, send somebody $10.
Oh, that's right.
My bookie, you know what I'm saying? My bookie, we had a little meeting yesterday.
Got it.
Too much money on them hogs, huh?
Oh, that's dirty.
Mick, what's goody?
Gentlemen, good morning. When I got on, I wasn't sure who I was going to be today. And then during our talk today, it came to me. There's only one. You got Mickey Hatton today.
Let's
go get it. You got Mickey Hatton. Let's go.
Oh, man, glad to have you on. Brian, talk to me, guy.
Yeah, man. Things going well. Glad to be on the podcast. And damn, these freaking wins we have out here right now in the Inland Empire are crazy. But anyways, all right, man. Let's go.
And we got a new addition to the crew. Somebody who's been listening. Somebody who actually
Since day one.
Quite new to us. You know what I'm saying? This is fam. You know what I mean? My
Right.
guy Renee, talk to him.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good morning, man. Glad to be on the podcast. Feels good to be on here. I've never done one, so I'm looking forward to it. Continue.
You see how he hit the John B voice immediately? Hey, what's up?
My John B.
Damn, out
voice.
here you go.
I said he's a made man. He's a made man.
Let people know how to act right now.
That's the way to get it. I just want y'all to know, out in podcast land, before we started this thing, his voice was super high. You know what I'm saying? So he hit that extra deep. You know what I'm saying? That's good though.
That extra deep voice for you guys.
P was good. He talked to him.
Oh, not much. Everything good over here. Just living the high life, but not like some of you.
You know what I'm saying?
Ready to get the show going. Ready to get the show going.
For sure. And Batman, okay, I see you.
Hey, you see that?
I
how's
see
it
you.
going,
I
Rick
see what you
Rob?
had to do. What's happening?
How's it going, podcast land? Have been missing a couple episodes, but I'm back. Living the dream out here in Menifee, California. SoCal's looking good. Little windy, but weather's always great.
Man, well, hey, blessings. Is good to see y'all. Mick said it earlier. This might have been the first time that we got this many people on. I love it. It might be the Renee effect. You know what I'm saying? Renee come calling, everybody follows. I love it. So let's get this thing started. We're gonna start in the first quarter with the NBA. A lot of talks this week about the All-Star. The reserves were announced, so we know the player pool now. Man, we were going to talk about snubs, but there were a couple of replacements, so we can still get to that. But let's talk about who they have for the player pool now. The reserves were named, and as of right now, we have for the Western Conference, we got AD, Anthony Davis, who was replaced, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that in a second. We have Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Zion Williamson. For the East, we had Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Vucevic. Let's jump into it. Luda, talk to me. What did you think when you saw that?
When I saw it, I thought they were all great picks as far as for reserves. This is my thing, and when I look at this list and when I look at the starters for the NBA All-Star, it's a great list of the players playing now. It's not like I was reminiscing, and it's not like the list when you used to see Jordan, Mutombo, Ewing on the same squad for the NBA All-Star. It's not like it doesn't make me look for it, but it's as far as the list goes, I can't disagree. I mean, it's a good list.
Is it because of the talent, or is it because your how much you watch it?
No, it's the talent's there. It's just not the flash is not there, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if anybody can kind of try to feel what I'm trying to
Generational,
feel.
Luda. It's generational. Back when we
guess
were
so.
younger, you used to seeing those guys who were stars when we were younger, and now, maybe they're not stars like they were to you back then.
Yeah.
Although I
guess
think
that's what
Mitchell should be a starter.
you think so?
I don't know
But
about go.
over
Starter
who?
over
though?
who?
Over who? Who are you gonna pick him over?
I'd have to see the list of starters. But didn't they have Klay Thompson on there? Like,
No, but he's not a starter. Curry
was on
and-
there, but-
Curry and Luka Doncic are the two starting guards.
Yeah. So which one you
oh
taking
boy,
out?
never mind.
But Damian Lillard should be starting over Luka.
Ooh.
You
okay.
think so? Okay.
Oh man,
I like
that's
that.
a good toss up. Yeah, I don't know. That could go either way, really.
Well, that's a squad.
Yeah,
up to
it could,
date.
but-
Real quick, just to kind of piggyback off what you said, Luda. It's really starting to feel like the Pro Bowl, and it's felt like that for a long time. They need to do something to make it more meaningful, and I don't know what they can do to make it more meaningful, but I mean, it really doesn't get good unless it's close in the last 2 minutes of the game. Other than that, it's just a lob fest and it's a glorified scrimmage. So I'd like to see them do something to try to tweak it.
Thank you, Mick.
Thank you,
Appreciate that, Mick.
Renee, what you talking about? I see you got a lot on your mind, man.
Oh man, Chris Paul should not be an all-star, hands down.
I agree.
That boy, 16 and like 4 and 8. There's way Brandon Ingram's almost.
Look, the
dropped
Suns.
like
The Suns wouldn't be
25.
where they're at if it wasn't for Chris Paul.
That's not
I was
necessarily
just-
true because
I
they
yeah.
almost made the playoffs last year in the bubble. They went 8-0 without him. This year they
Yeah.
just
Sure.
got better a little bit.
But they're one of the
But
top 10 teams
what was their
this
record
year,
last
right?
year? They're in
What
the
was
top 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, they're in the top 5
4 or
right now.
5, yeah.
And
Doesn't
And they
mean
weren't
he
even
should
they
be
weren't
an
even close to
all-star.
that last year.
It doesn't mean he should be an
Nah.
all-star. He's not doing what there's other guards out there doing.
And a dish.
Brandon
And-
Ingram
and-
is better than him at this point in his stage in the career.
I agree.
That's one snub that got snubbed. I mean, I could name multiple. stars.
Jump into it.
The
Jump
only
into
reason Chris Paul is on is how I feel is because he's the president of Player Association.
Could
No,
be.
that's-
Could be.
Also, man, I think
And
in
State
this,
Farm Insurance.
in this generation, man, it's who has the most followers, dog. Sometimes it
It's
ain't all about
a
the
legacy.
skills. Who got
Nah,
the
but
most
the
followers?
reserves get voted in by the coaches.
Well, to piggyback off of what Renee said, I agree. Chris Paul is let's just say he's still elite, right? I feel like he's still really good for what he does. But on that team, for him to be named before Devin Booker, they missed. No,
Yeah.
they missed on that one. Devin Booker should have been a shoe-in, and if Chris Paul came in as a replacement, then maybe I might feel a little bit different. But man, no, Devin Booker should have definitely been on. And then Brandon Ingram, he's right. How is Brandon Ingram not on this list? You know what I mean? And we talked about
Well,
this being
Booker is on, right?
Only because
Booker-
AD got hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Only because they did.
Which I think wasn't Booker in last year because of replacement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
'cause
like
Lillard got hurt.
yeah, it's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? What does this man need to do?
You guys are all right? It's a legacy pick for Chris Paul, and it's kind of like first team all defense towards the end of the career where guys are making it. They shouldn't be on there. The NBA though, it's still a fan driven league. It's still a popularity league like we all talked about. And right now, I don't know why Devin Booker doesn't get more love than he does. And I think it's because he plays in Phoenix. And it's a
Yeah,
small
could
market.
be.
Nobody watches him play. The kid's special, but he doesn't get
Yeah,
any
come,
love.
come to LA, bro. You won't have them problems. Just saying. I had to throw it out there. Say something, Roberto. I see you.
He may be listening.
Yeah, Roberto just mad because nobody has come to LA since Jermaine Dupri's song. That's it. I mean Atlanta, excuse me.
Oh, have you been in Atlanta before?
I also don't think
I have. I love Atlanta. I love
Watch your
it.
mouth. Mhm.
I do. I love it.
Watch your mouth.
We say that again, Renee.
I'm not a big fan of Rudy Gobert either. Mr.
Ah,
I'm
man.
not a big fan of him
$200
either.
million.
but-
You average like 12 points a game. Come on, man.
He
Yeah,
started
He's
COVID,
way
didn't he?
overpaid.
Yeah.
Hey,
Kissing
look,
on a
and
microphone.
I feel like Jeremy Lin just put that out there. Jeremy Lin's like, why y'all calling me COVID in the G League? Y'all should be calling Rudy Gobert that. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that article about oh no, Jeremy Lin is talking about the Asian community always gets disrespected, which he's not wrong. He's like in the G League though, people are calling him COVID and shit like that, and so
Yeah,
they're
that's
looking
cold.
into it. It is cold.
That is fucked up.
It is cold. It's fucked up, man. Hey, leave the Asians alone. But all right, let's talk snubs real quick because we mentioned a couple, right? We talked about Brandon Ingram. We can't put Devin Booker on that list anymore because he's on. Who are some others?
De'Aaron Fox, I think, is he's been playing great this year. I mean, whether you want to consider him a great player or not, this year he's been playing great. And
So
I
you
think
taking out?
guys should be voted in based
Paul?
on how they're doing that specific year.
Yeah, but you got to take also and engage with what their team is doing.
Yep.
His team is boo boo caca.
Well,
But you're
You
saying how worse would they be if he wasn't there? And
I mean,
you just mentioned Chris Paul not being in there, but yet you're saying how great the team should be in order for him to be there. His team's doing great, so he should be there, right?
yeah, but no, he should
That's a
not
good
because
point.
there's people doing better stats than him in that.
Okay, so De'Aaron Fox is doing well, but the
Right,
team
but so
sucks,
this is what
and
I'm
you're saying
telling
he
you.
shouldn't be there.
Ingram
So-
should be in there because his team is in playoff contention, and what's her name is not the Queens are nowhere in playoff contention.
Yeah.
They're sitting at the
So if
bottom.
Jordan played for a team that was what 20 and whatever, he shouldn't be on there.
So it
First
it
year
depends
Bulls.
how. Then you gotta have.
I'm saying
Then you have to have
First year
outlandish
Bulls
stats.
were boo boo, and he made it.
I hear
Yeah,
you,
that's
Bubba,
what-
but I would
that's
think
my
you have
point.
to have outlandish stats like Luka. His team sucks, but he's got like averaging almost a triple double. Like that's an outlandish stat.
Do y'all think a team like Boston should have 2 All-Stars? And y'all know,
Dude,
y'all know I
Jalen
vote for
Brown.
Boston.
Jalen Brown this year has balled out.
He's been
Yeah.
legit.
That dude. Mick and I had a conversation one day when we were over watching. We were watching games, right? And I think I turned around and I said, "This Celtics team might be becoming Jalen Brown's team, not Jason Tatum's." Because Brown just is. He's a beast. He balls every single game. He doesn't take a game off. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it for you, Bicky. Tatum's getting more love because he's light skinned.
Yeah, he is. You know what I'm saying? His color is
darker, so
yeah, man. It's hard out there for us, bro. Dark
He's
skin.
got my vote.
Hey, what about Trae Young?
Trey Young should have
No, I'm
Who you taking
what,
out?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
of
who you-
Trae Young.
Who you taking
Uh,
out?
Ben Simmons. I don't know if Ben Simmons.
I don't like Ben Simmons there either. I don't think he's that great.
Wow.
Amen. Amen.
Y'all
I'm not
hear
saying
Ben
he's not
Simmons
great,
talk-
Don't get me wrong. He's good, but like he has no jumper. Like
Yeah, he said he was the best defensive player in the game.
He's
Yes,
the best
I
defensive
mean-
player. You know what I'm saying?
He is a really
Wow.
good defender.
What about
He
what
should
about
be able
Butler
to
from
shoot better at this point in
Butler from
his
Miami?
career.
No.
Jimmy Butler.
Well, he was
Butler got
supposed to get KD spot. They said they
Yeah.
were going to ask him, but he said he's not going to Bam Adebayo. He's not an all-star.
So he would have been over Devin Booker.
No, he would have
No,
been
he's on the
over,
East, buddy.
No, on the
Oh,
East.
my bad.
Bonus got Kevin Durant spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin, KD's not playing.
Nah, he's going to
No.
be past All-Star break. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
should they limit all-star selections to just 1 or 2 people from a team?
No, I mean,
Hmm.
how could you have done that with the Nets?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because the Nets have 3 guys, right? I mean, is it better for them to just limit how many players can come from one team?
Then that's unfair against the player that's actually putting up the stats and
Yeah.
whatever.
Sure, no,
you
no,
know
no,
what
I
mean?
agree.
Plus,
I
the
agree.
bottom line is popularity. Now it's a popularity contest, you know.
Right.
And so even though you have the big 3 in Brooklyn, just because you don't put them in just because they're big names and they might not have a good year, if you don't put the stars in there that are hot and popular, it's not going to work.
All right, real quick, and then we'll jump on to the next thing. Let's talk first timers. Do you guys believe that Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, I mean, I hate to say Zion, I think everybody will probably say yes. And we talked about Jaylen Brown already. You think these guys all deserve the nod?
I think so. The way they've been playing this year, I think so.
I
Yep.
think Zach does. I think Zach's a rising star.
I agree.
Rising star.
Right.
Been in the league like
He's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
remember, he also blew out his
First year, right?
his first year, right? So he had to come back from that. So really, he's only probably in like his second or third. Well, truthfully, his third year.
Hey, Brian,
Right.
real quick.
So-
What school did Zach LaVine go to?
Oh, he's a
Okay,
Bruin.
The
I just wanted to
Bruins.
put that out there. You know,
He went to the Bruins?
Uh,
Luda,
No.
Bobo, you was a fan, right? During that time frame, I forget.
boo.
No, he's still a UCLA
fan.
basketball.
He's
I'm
still
a
a
fan.
UCLA basketball
fan.
fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
But then,
okay.
he
Okay.
said the Bruins, so I'm not. I'm conflicted.
I
Right.
don't know what.
You know.
Who knows where he lands? I don't know. Maybe his lawyer
I
Luda
think-
can help us figure
I
this
think
out.
he
I don't
sits on the fence.
Yeah, he's a fence sitter. He's a
They
fence
think
Put the
sitter.
picture
I think
up,
they were
please.
all deserving of their.
Look, if I said I'm rooting for USC basketball right now, you guys be like, oh, because they're first place. Blah, 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 blah.
No, I'd be
They're
like,
doing
okay,
well
it's
this
about
year.
time you finally
I would
got off the
respect
damn
your
fence.
choices.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
give you a standing
Wow.
ovation.
Wait. What'd you say,
Right.
Jamal?
I would respect your choice finally.
Wow.
Yeah. So you want me to
And
switch?
I have
You want me to
trouble
switch? Is what you're saying?
I told you
a
about
lot
that.
of people's decisions when it comes to teams on this podcast.
Thank you.
No, man.
Renee, could you say at least and be honest as far as
One of them
Is
is like
it-
my older brother, not my blood older brother, but one of them is like my older brother that grew up right next door to me.
The Raider
Ooh.
fan? The Raider
Ooh.
fan?
Leave it kind of like that, but
The Cowboy fan,
I
Raider
see
fan.
I see THC with the Steelers, but I thought he renounced them.
It seemed like he was
That was
That was
renouncing
back
them,
in the
right?
day, dog. That was back in the day. That was
All
back
right.
in the day.
It's back in-
I thought
I
you
talk about old shit.
Absolutely.
The end of the season. Sorry.
We got an emotional bunch. What can we say, man? A lot of these niggas flip flop. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I had to
All
ride
right.
with the Niners. when they were
Says the guy
terrible.
that never watches NFL anymore.
Right?
I mean, I stopped. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? My bad. All right, let's keep it pushing. All right, so let's just jump into. I know we've been watching a lot of NBA this week, right? Or the past couple of weeks. Let's just jump real quick into the power rankings. I just want quick thoughts on how you see this. Top 5 in the power rankings. We got Utah, Brooklyn, LA at 3. That's the Lakers. Phoenix Suns at 4, and then the Clippers rounding out the top 5 with the 76ers right behind them. Whomever, let me know how you feel about that. Do you see it this way, or
Lakers out of the top 5.
Lakers out of the top 5.
He,
I
he's
mean, you can
you-
do that right now because we're losing. We're on a losing
Right,
streak. and
yeah.
We have injured players. That's a fair. If
No,
we're
AD
just going at the moment, right? We're not taking
At
like
the-
the whole
week
what we
10,
see by them. Is, yeah, I'm okay with that.
yeah, I
Sixers
would
should
agree.
definitely be in
No.
the top 5.
I agree
Who?
with the top 5, and I feel that it's going to be Brooklyn and Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
mean,
Philly then. I don't want to.
That's what I see. That's what I see is going to happen.
So let me ask you guys this: doesn't everybody want to see, or the majority of us want to see Lakers, New Jersey, and Brooklyn in the finals?
no, I want
I think
to.
the
Lakers.
Lakers-
I'd rather see Philadelphia.
There's
I'd
not
rather
a
see
star
my
power.
boy Jimmy Buckets back in there.
That's not going to
Hey.
happen.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they ain't.
I want us to get our 18th over the Celtics. I want.
Yep,
I want.
I do too.
And then I want to go to Boston, and I want to see the floor after they take the L, because that still hits me very hard. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for that trip.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking? Why don't you tell the podcast people? What are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
Yeah.
hit us up. Hit us up.
Jason and our boy E decided to take us to Boston, and they got us into the Garden, which was dope. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, it's dope. But of course, this was the year that the Lakers lost.
That Paul Pierce faked his injury.
And Paul
Yeah.
Pierce.
Paul Pierce is from where?
Kansas.
Crenshaw.
Yeah,
Kansas.
Kansas.
He's a
Yeah.
Kansas Jayhawk.
He's an
Yeah,
LA
you go.
boy.
He's a
There you
Jaycock.
go.
No. I didn't say where school did he go to. I said where's he from?
He's from
Lawrence,
LA.
Kansas.
He's from LA.
He's from
No, he's
Boston.
not.
He's from Boston.
No,
Come
We
on,
we renounced him.
You did, I'm sure.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I never wished I had a gas can and a match as much as I did when we were walking through that garden.
Right?
A blowtorch.
Wow.
Yo, and then we seen the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like the floor was still there. You know.
No, what was worse was when the gal who was taking us around turns around and goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, we can't go into the locker room because the floors are still sticky from the celebration."
From the
And we're like,
champagne.
"Fuck
Yeah, I
you.
remember that.
Fuck you.
Hey, at least, and I have proof of this. I'm not going to show it because it's obscene gesture, but at least one of the members on the podcast here was saluting me behind my back as I was excited. He couldn't do it to my face. He couldn't do it to my face.
I have that picture. I have that picture.
I'll never forget when I first saw that. I was like, "What? That was good. You got me."
Oh man. All right. The very last thing before out of the first quarter, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention it. Spring training is getting ready to come back. The MLB season is getting ready to start. I know a lot of you guys are really excited about it. I see Mick up there with his Dodger stuff on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know, man. Hey, look, you guys love to give me stuff about this. I'm about as fair weather as it comes, but at the end of the day, I still represent LA. So we're going to talk the power rankings real quick and give me your quick thoughts. The too soon power rankings, they got the Dodgers at number 1, those Padres at number 2, the Yankees number 3, the Braves at 4, and the Mets at 5. So, Nooks,
Yeah.
you guys agree with that?
I'm just not sure about the Mets. I think there could be another team there except for the Mets.
My thing is this: are they going based on the pickups they did, or why wouldn't they go based on how the season ended last year?
Well, I think it's a cumulative effect, right?
Why would
I think
you put
I think it's
why
a
would you
mixture
put the
of both.
Padres on there?
They
If
are. They're number two.
They're number 2.
No, I said why would you if they didn't make it very far in the playoffs?
Yeah, but they got a lot of power.
They made
man.
it to the playoffs, so for the first time, and then they turn around and they got
coming.
more pitching.
They're coming.
and They're coming. They're there.
I don't think they should be at number
All
2.
second favorite
I would disagree with
Your
that.
second favorite team?
Jamal's second favorite team this year.
Oh, okay.
Slam Diego, baby.
See?
I'm so confused. All right, fair enough. We will get into that. I think we should
no, I
have
think-
like a whole segment dedicated to our fanhood and how questionable it is.
He's not even denying it.
Look,
No.
Atlanta
I think the top
disappeared
five
just like
is-
they did in the playoffs last year. You see,
Look at that little gesture.
I think.
Did you see,
I think
the
the top
gesture
five
he
is
just
right.
made?
Yeah.
I think the top 5 is
Vince,
right based off
you
of
had a Kansas City
what
Chiefs
happened
shirt
last
on.
year.
Bob, you had an Angel shirt on. Okay, let's keep moving.
I've never had an Angel shirt on.
You're
Never
with
in my
Alabama.
life.
Yes, you
Here
did.
we
I
go.
saw you
In
in
my
the
life,
playoff
no.
game. Yes, you did. I saw
Somebody
you.
that looked like me.
Why
You
you
saw
lying?
my
No, it was you.
doppelganger,
I
maybe,
saw
but
you.
there's never
That's
in
my
such
my
a
life.
doppelganger.
That's such a far
Okay.
statement.
You know what?
Yeah,
It's all
sorry,
good. I'm
stop.
gonna just put it out here. You know
Pull
what?
receipts.
I
Pull
always
receipts,
always
Doc.
represent for LA.
Always.
Philly is my team in football because LA left. Everybody left LA. And baby mom's from Kansas City. I love the city of Kansas City. They are passionate people out there. So I will
That's the-
always root for Kansas City, period, point blank. And
That's
they got
because
my
the
coach.
Chiefs. So you're a Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're rooting for Chiefs.
I am rooting for the Chiefs. You're right.
Are you a Royals fan?
You gotta be sensitive.
Royals?
I love the Royals. I hope they always win too. I do.
Oh shit!
So let me ask you a question.
Except when they face LA.
Rick, let me ask you a question. Everybody on the podcast, I'm glad you brought that up. Kansas City is like Pittsburgh because I'm obviously a Pirates fan. Small market, right? Small city or small market. We talk about the top 10, top 5, all that. What would you do if you were a front office person in Pittsburgh? I mean, or these small markets that we can't get any money and we have to trade our talent away, and we're just bottom feeders year to
I
year.
moved to a different market. I moved to a bigger market. Get a job in a bigger market.
Yeah, move to Philly.
But you got to resolve if I'm saying resolve the issue. That's too easy.
Well, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but the odds are stacked against you because of resources.
So
You
do
guys
you
have
think
6 championships, right? Pittsburgh has 6
I
championships.
think he's talking about the Pirates.
No,
though.
he's talking about
Oh,
the
he's talking about the
Pirates.
Pirates? Oh.
Yeah, we're on MLB right now.
Yeah, thanks,
Sorry,
Bob. It's all right. It's all
Sorry,
right.
buddy. Nobody cares about
I
the
don't know.
Pirates.
Well, I mean, you look at a team look at Tampa Bay.
Shout
Tampa
out to
Bay.
Clemente.
I mean, the Rays have been a team that's been able to make it, and they're small market. I mean, they
Yeah.
are way small market. They don't even.
Hey,
get
y'all
people
should
in
just get a
fans.
PPP loan and then
Tarp money. Tarp money.
I always feel like teams that start making it to the playoffs, you start seeing the fans come out of the woodwork. I mean, look at what happened to the Angels when they got their first World Series. There was never anybody there. Nowadays,
the Angels-
never empty.
by the way,
you know?
they're not still called Los Angeles or Anaheim, right?
Yeah,
They're still
they
called
still
that.
are.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's not
Yeah.
not a thing. That's not a
Right.
thing.
Right.
Why I don't understand how anyway,
It was for the market, right? That's why.
But yeah, I mean, some of those small team market, or small market teams, they've done well. I mean, look at the Diamondbacks had a good run, right?
Yeah, they did.
Smaller market, they had a good run.
so,
It's talent,
last
and it's whether or
question.
not you're willing to spend the money. That's the
Last
key
question.
thing.
Last question. Do you think that the Major League Baseball Association should do what other organizations do, associations or leagues, spread the money out to all the teams?
They do spread the money out.
They
The
do,
money
but
does
it's
get
that
spread
there's
out.
no salary cap. That's the issue.
Right.
Right. Well, they do. There is a salary cap. There's a
Well,
luxury tax. And whether or not
that's
you
the
want
piece,
to.
though.
Well, but the luxury tax, it's a multiplier. So the more
Right.
often you're on it, the
I get-
price goes up higher. You lose draft picks. They're trying to do a lot of stuff to try to make it a little bit more feasible. The problem is some of
yeah.
these small market owners still aren't willing to come out of their pocket.
Well, and
It's
They're
the
holding
TV
on.
deals.
It's
It's a
I
TV
think the
deal.
bigger issue is that this has become that person's business
Yeah.
Right.
versus them just owning a team, right? Like,
Sure.
so they're holding on to money. I mean, the television money alone for Major League Baseball, most of the teams can like the small market, the bottom feeders could literally pay their payroll with that, but they don't want to come out the rest of their pocket with the rest of their either local TV money, sponsorships, whatever the case may be. I think that's the bigger issue.
Well, San Diego
or
might
maybe
get
it's time to
a TV
maybe it's
deal
time
for
to
this year.
shrink the leagues. maybe it's time to shrink the leagues instead of expanding.
And we
I mean,
should
shrink the
shorten
league,
the season.
games.
Less
Yeah, I would
games?
say shrink the games.
Amen.
I feel
year was
like
what,
this
70
season made it
games?
a little more intriguing because they would have
Yep.
so many less games. And it was
Oh my gosh.
So if you-
Well, right now they play 162, right? That's
Right,
seems a
They
little
don't need any
excessive.
more than 100.
Cut that in
Too
half.
many.
Yeah.
sometimes
Cut
I'm
that in half.
at work, there's a game on at like 10 a.m. Like, who's at
Yeah.
that game?
Ain't nobody trying to see that.
But we're talking money. If you shrink games,
I've been there.
You shrink the money.
yeah,
too.
you
Yeah.
got to trade. You got to
I was
take
about
the
to say,
salaries down.
and after what they lost last year, they're probably trying to increase it. But all right, okay, we'll wrap it up. We'll talk more MLB for those that love it. Let's get on to the second quarter real quick. Atlanta's back in the building. Let's let them.
Wait, say it again.
Right.
Say it again, Rick. Say it again, Rick.
I said Atlanta is back in the building. You missed. Bob just wanted to make sure that you understood that when it came to the MLB talk, you disappeared just like your Braves did come playoff time.
That's not nice, man. I was trying to take my order. I'm in a drive-thru right about now. Can I get a hash brown, egg McMuffin?
Egg McMuffin.
All right, second quarter. It is gauntlet time, and this week we're going to go ahead and just omit the spinner, of course. We're just going to jump straight up to squad up. So we have, man, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We got 4 on 4. So let's see how we're going to do this today. All right, Brian and Mick, you guys are at the top of my list or my squares. So each of you are going to be on one side. Luda, you're the first to talk. You go to Brian's team. You're going to Mick's team. THC, you're going to Mick's team. Eddie P, you're going to Brian's team. Renee, you're going to Mick's team. And he really does have an Egg McMuffin.
He does.
How did he do that?
Because he wasn't lying. He was through the drive-through. Come on now.
You get that ketchup on there?
Oh man, Roberto, you go to Brian's team. So everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bet. Let's do this. So topic number 1, we're gonna go to the NFL. All right. And these are two gentlemen that have been in the news quite a bit, mainly because of their pending retirements. I don't know what they're doing. But the question for today is, which one would you rather bring back for one more year? Is it going to be Breeze or is it going to be Roethlisberger? And Brian, I'm going to start with you and your squad.
Man, I'm gonna make it easy. I'll just say we would take Ben back at this point in time. And the reason why is I still think he still has some meat on his bones. Versus I just Drew didn't look like he could throw the ball down the field anymore. So I mean,
He had that injury,
5-yard, 10-yard passes just weren't cutting it for the Saints. That's not what their game is, right? So
I'll take Breeze.
I'm doing Ben.
I go with Breeze since the fact that I'll look at it like Peyton Manning when he won his second one. He got carried, but his cerebral brain.
Yeah, but I don't think there's enough
Out of
in
my
New
head,
Orleans
Dave, that's exactly
for
what I
them
was
to
gonna
carry
say.
Breeze.
his smarts will get his team further than Big Ben. Big Ben.
Thank you.
He done. He ain't
And
got.
Thank you.
And
His
Thank you.
receivers are
Thank you.
okay at best. They're not like great. Like he can't be. He needs to somewhat be carried just like Peyton was.
What do you mean great? I mean, they didn't.
I
they
said
have a
they're
better
okay.
record?
They're okay. His receivers are okay.
Who's
Juju's
Big
the
Ben?
number one who's never had 1,000-yard receiving.
Who, Big Ben?
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with Renee, and I'm glad that he said what he said because supporting cast. You got Kamara, you got
Yep.
Michael
Yeah.
Thomas.
And how did it go this year? Michael
Not
Thomas
very
is
well.
hurt all the time.
They
They
made
got
the
the
playoffs,
SEC
right?
Yeah,
All
They
they
made
do
the
is just
playoffs?
and they
Who did?
lost. And they
and
lost.
they bowed
Saints.
out real quick.
Both teams
Right?
And so did the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did the same
All right.
exact thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
but-
so if
who
we're-
had a
we're-
better record?
Do I want
Who
James
had a better
Conner
record?
or Alvin Kamara? You tell me.
Oh,
Con-
Well, I
Connor.
take
Wait,
Kamara,
wait,
but
wait.
we're not
So,
talking
I want
about
Juju
we're not talking
Smith-Schuster
about
or
we're not, I'm
Michael
not
Thomas?
talking about a supporting cast.
But
You
that
have
doesn't
to.
make
You have
the
to.
decide which quarterback I
Why?
No,
want.
you're not.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why you?
That's
Why,
what-
how can it be a
that's what I
support?
want.
If
who you gonna
it's
throw
a,
to? Who you
If
gonna
it's
throw
a-
to?
if it's a supporting
but
cast,
who
you might as
was
well
Drew
just say a
throwing to
team.
this year?
No, but
Who
what
was
I'm
he
saying is
throwing
I
to
have
this
to
year?
go on that
Probably
with their
Michael
so-
I'll
Thomas.
simply
Probably
say-
with
I'll-
their prime.
Here's what I'll say. When you all watched, everybody watched Ben Roethlisberger in that last playoff game against Cleveland at home. What do he look like?
Garbage.
Mason Rudolph
you.
looked better when
Hey.
Cleveland was playing the
Thank you.
Steelers, right? The game
Thank
before.
you. I'm just saying it's
Selfishly,
It was a much
Breeze-
closer game.
Breeze was not embarrassing like Roethlisberger is.
He was
And
embarrassed to go out with
like what Renee said. Renee had a great point right here. Breeze is more of a cerebral guy. Ben's a big baby. That's
What do you mean cerebral?
Well, no, I disagree.
Big baby, that's
You know
got
what?
you a couple
Big
chips.
Ben doesn't get enough credit for his smarts. Also, he's no slouch when it comes to that. And
Thank you,
for
EP.
most of the season, Big Ben's receivers, he was the one carrying them. They were dropping the ball half the fucking time throughout the
Yep.
season.
That's a good
So
point.
I know what you're saying about supporting cast, but this ain't about supporting cast. It's about
So you
quarterback.
can say that about
And
Breeze too.
Hold on. Let me finish. And screwed me all up. So
You just
What's Bob doing? What's Bob doing?
what I was saying was that his
Laughing,
receivers did not help
enjoying,
him one
watching the
bit.
show.
Big Ben's receivers did not help him one bit
I
at
agree
all.
with you on that, but neither did Drew Brees since Michael Thomas was hurt basically
Yep.
all season.
Yep.
And he still got him to the playoffs. And
Right, but it doesn't matter. Michael Thomas
after
is the
season.
guy who stretches the field for New Orleans, and Breeze can't get him the ball down the field anymore.
He'll
So
still
it doesn't
Right.
matter.
Right.
Michael Thomas is not
I think he
burner
needed.
like-
I
he
think
wasn't
Breeze
burned
needed
like
more
that.
time to heal. I think they rushed him back to try to get him in before the
Bob,
playoffs.
that's a great point.
And
great
that,
point.
that's what the issue was. I mean, he had fractured ribs. He had a lot going on.
And
So
do
they
you
rushed
think
him to get back.
and Bob, and do you think that they brought it back too soon because of Brady being in their division?
They were worried about not making the playoffs.
That was part of it. I think that was part of it.
Wasn't it
Well,
him that wanted to play?
I think it was him who wanted to play because he
Yeah.
was retiring.
Yeah.
Retiring.
He's trying to solidify
Yeah.
he's trying to solidify himself as number 2 all time. Bring him back and let him chase records.
That's another good point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's
No,
Ben have to do?
Brian made a
Nothing.
good point. He wanted to rush back in himself because this was his last year. He
Everybody
wanted
does.
to retire,
Everybody
and
wants
he
to come
wanted
back.
play.
Yeah, every
Right.
player wants
Right.
to do that.
He didn't want to
No,
go
right.
out with an injury. He wanted to go out
Sure.
on the field.
With a win.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
But-
ding. All right. Hey, this round is up. Brian, your team has failed to improve.
What
To
the fuck?
prove that you guys win. Renee, shout out to you, baby. You came right here, man. Hey, I love it. I love it. They win round 1. Sorry. Did y'all see y'all faces? Did y'all see y'all faces when he said Roethlisberger? That started it off.
Not me. Not me. I was like, amen, baby. Amen.
Well,
all
you
right.
gave them the better quarterback. So fuck you.
He got
I
to
didn't give him
choose.
anything. I gave
Brian
him the
got
choice.
to choose.
Hey,
Brian
it's
got to
okay. I
choose.
get it.
Anybody
all
can
right.
hey, anybody mute on Luda a little bit because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right. So the next one.
Big Ben's got 2 rings.
Right.
We talked about this a lot. We we have had. I think Anthony, our boy Anthony. Oh my God, now I can't remember his name.
Davis.
Oh my God, Edwards. No, our guy Anthony Edwards dunking over unnamed Toronto dude really sparked quite the conversation. And there's been a lot of talks about the best dunkers of all time, and we had one amongst ourselves via chat. And I think we got it down to 2 people that we want to debate today. So let's talk about it for the people. Who is the best dunker, Jordan or Vince Carter? Mick, you guys lead off.
Well, you know what it is. And everybody on this podcast is in the demo to have seen his airness from 1984 through 2003 or whatever, with some hiatuses in between. In game, in slam dunk contest, in the playoffs, whenever, that man was special. When he took off, we knew, I didn't think humans could fly until we saw what he could do. MJ is the guy. Everybody else, I know Dr. J was a guy before MJ, but since MJ, he revolutionized dunking and took it to a next level. And everybody wanted to be like Mike. They made a whole slogan about it. MJ, he's the guy.
I have to disagree. Vince Carter's the guy. Vince Carter, he dunked on you with power, and after that, he had the showmanship, sir. He
Why
fucking
did
be
Vince
like,
Carter go to North Carolina?
what do you mean?
Oh.
What does that matter?
Why did he go to North Carolina?
What does that matter? We're talking about
He went to North Carolina because Mike went to North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
What? So just to
Whatever.
follow a fucking legend? Who gives a
Whatever.
fuck?
Man,
That's why he went to North Carolina.
Jordan never dunked over
Whatever.
a 7-footer. Jordan never dunked over a
Yeah, he did.
7-footer.
He dunked over Patrick Ewing.
No, he did not.
And Matumbo.
Uh,
And Matumbo.
You know, no, he did not jump over.
That's a
them
different
like
kind of
fucking
over.
Vince
Yeah,
Carter.
I know what
dunked
Luda's
over.
saying.
He
That's a
dunked
different
on.
kind
He
of
dunked
dunked
over.
on 7-footer.
Yes, thank you, Bob.
Thank you, corrector.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But he
Bob,
never
for
dunked
making
over.
that point.
It's
Yeah,
semantics.
thanks,
But that
Bob.
does-
I'm
that
trying
doesn't
to
make a difference.
Tired Bob
Yes,
as
it
a
does.
key witness.
He dunked one time over a 7-footer, and it was a 7-footer who's not even in the NBA. Jordan constantly dunked on 7
It was in the Olympics. It was in the Olympics,
And
representing your
that guy
fucking
dunked.
world.
And who was that guy?
Right,
Can anybody name that
represent-
guy? No, because nobody knows who that guy
yeah,
is.
Are we
It doesn't
supposed to
matter.
be on opposite
I can't
teams
name a
here?
lot of people.
Shalom
He's
Shalim.
insignificant.
Shalom
Okay.
Shalinko, 7-footer
But
for his
it doesn't.
country.
Hey, oh, there. See,
He's
it
got his
doesn't show up
Dominique.
on the.
What?
Hey, respect.
So
Respect.
I'm gonna go with MJ, his airness.
Well, you got no
He
choice.
started, well,
chose
Yeah, you're on- you're on
I gotta back it up, so I'm gonna rock with it. Like, it's what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you really feel that way?
It doesn't matter. I'm with my squad. I am loyal to the squad. So
all right.
MJ, you know, he did bring out showings. He dunked from the free throw line. He let them all know. He put on
When he dunked on Mutombo and he waved,
and there was
waved
like
his
the
finger at
longest
him,
era
you know, it's just
after
impressive.
MJ. There was probably like the longest era where the dunk contest sucked. It was horrible, horrid.
The worst dunk contest ever. Vince Carter revolutionized the dunk contest again with all his dunks. The dunk with the elbow in there. Afterwards, saying it's over.
I
you
will
know,
say that, like he did
rejuvenated.
revive it. I will say he revived it. But then I seen like Zach LaVine come in and dunk under both legs, put the ball under both legs, like the next year. It don't matter. Like it at this point, after MJ, there was no one until Vince Carter showed up. That was probably like a solid 20 years, 15 years.
Hey,
Now
who sold
everyone's
the
doing what
most
Vince
shoes
Carter
ever?
does easily with like no effort, under the leg, elbow.
We're forgetting.
Under both legs,
You're
360.
forgetting. You're forgetting between Jordan and Vince, a certain gentleman who wore the
Dominique?
purple and gold,
No.
wearing
Kobe.
number 8, who
I know,
also
but he
did
did
very
really
well
well.
in the slam dunk contest.
Yeah, but also Isaiah Ryder put it under his legs too before Kobe Bryant. I can tell you that.
But you,
Oh,
sure.
and I'll tell you this.
Exactly.
I'll
Nobody
take
remembers Isaiah Ryder really. I just had
But
to-
who did number
a
8
little-
emulate? Who did he pattern his game after?
Oh,
Yeah, he's a carbon copy of MJ.
no, but number 8 even said
We're
in the
still not
interview.
talking
I
about
would-
emulations. We're
Right,
not. We're
wait.
just talking
All I'm
about
saying
best
is-
dunker.
Right,
No,
You're saying
number-
that
number 8.
Isaiah Ryder came first.
You guys
He
haven't
did.
made
So-
one
so-
argument
Number 8 in
against
the
it.
interview said that he would never go on a dunk contest against Vince Carter. When number 8 says that, and he's emulating Jordan, and he's saying he would
Here's-
never compete against Vince. That's
here's
But
here's
Jordan
here's
never
the
said
ticket.
that. We're talking
Jordan was
about
old
Jordan.
by
We're
then.
not talking about number 8.
Yeah, but
But I'm
okay.
just
So
giving you a
Luda,
reference.
you said that Carter liked to dunk with force. Yes.
Yes.
So
Sir.
did
And,
MJ.
and I give you that.
No.
But MJ did it all different kinds of ways, which I think diversified his dunks. If you really want to be honest, he could get nasty and he could also be, reverse dunk. And it was he was just more graceful, I guess is what, and more,
And I'll give you
clean,
that.
clean.
He was graceful. It wasn't as hard. He didn't go to the rim hard like Vince Carter did. Dunk it on you, and
That's
just
Patrick
with power.
Ewing if he went hard.
What's
You
that?
know, he went pretty hard to the rim.
Pause.
Fuck Patrick
homo.
Ewing, man. He whatever.
Just
All
cut
right.
it. Everybody here is an
Everybody-
NBA
yeah.
fucking lover.
Jordan,
so-
yeah.
I was gonna say, I
That
think you
was-
guys
it's
are
like
arguing.
You guys did a
Sour
very
grapes.
bad
Sounds like
job
sour
of
grapes
arguing
on
on
the
your
other
side.
Yeah.
I think these are fucking boo boo squat ups. That's what
I
I
think
think.
Wow.
this team very bad
The
job.
first one was good. I think the first one was
Uh,
actually close.
Hey,
Somebody
hey,
First one was
pissed in
close.
his Cheerios.
This
first
one
one was
was terrible.
close. This one y'all didn't even try.
This one
Right.
was
But it's
terrible.
cool.
Ryan,
What was the
your
point
team
of
did a very
trying?
bad job debating Vince Carter.
All they did was
Yeah.
nod their head every time.
What was the
Jamal and
point
Renee
to?
said something about
What was the
Jordan.
point to?
Hey Brian, how many people
Who
do
was
we have
better?
on our team? What the fuck?
2.
And then
Oh.
1.5. You and Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think
very
Roberto's
easy
back.
to-
Roberto's in the drive-through again.
Hey, so real quick,
Fuck this, dude.
So Roberto brought the jersey. I know some of y'all only seen part of it. He brought in Dominique Wilkins
Dominique.
and some crown. I love it. Hey, I just want to
Is that a
talk.
curbside
what?
pickup,
Peach, dog,
Roberto?
got the peach, homie.
Is that a curbside pickup?
Right? Hey, real quick. You're right. You guys spoke to it. There were a lot of slam dunk contests in between that could be, missed. But I think that there were a lot of underrated things that occurred during those times that we forget about. A la J.R. Smith when he did some of his things. The windmills and all that. Who was it that put the cupcake up there, blew out the candle, and then dunked it?
That was Gerald Green. That was Gerald
Gerald
Green.
Green.
Gerald Green.
Gerald,
Yeah.
Gerald
Gerald
Green was
Green.
doing some
Gerald
stuff.
Green.
You know what I'm saying? So real quick, I just want to hear, do you guys have somebody who was very underrated, didn't quite get his due in the slam dunk contest era because maybe the competition was weak, or we expect so
That
much
kid
because
from
of what they-
Orlando. What's his name? Aaron.
Oh yeah,
Woolridge.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
He said Aaron Woolridge. Orlando Ward.
I like Harold Miner when they called him Baby Jordan. He had a couple slam dunk contests that were pretty remarkable.
That guy was a flop.
Whoa.
Well,
He
as a player,
really
yes,
was.
he was a flop.
He really was. He really was.
How about
I don't know,
Blake?
man.
Blake did all right when he was in there, right? Didn't he win it?
Blake, the
Yeah,
Kia.
Blake did all right.
Yeah.
The Kia.
I believe I can fly. Yeah.
Right.
Showmanship.
Old Celtic who did really well. The old man pumping it up.
D Brown.
Yeah.
I was going to say
one of the most overrated dunks of all time.
Well, Spud Webb. You never
Well,
thought Spud Webb could do that.
Are we just taking dunk contests or just dunking in general? I'm just asking.
I was speaking to dunk contest.
Okay. I'm making
Dunk
sure.
contest.
Well, don't forget.
I don't know. Maybe it was just the fact that D Brown brought some more showmanship to it, right? You know, getting the crowd pumped up when he was pumping up his Reeboks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He did do
I mean,
that.
that's yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
Barry restored some faith in some people.
Nate Robinson was a good dunker too.
Contest.
Yeah,
Nate Robinson was a really good dunker. Nate Robinson was in the era though you could just dunk until you could just keep going. You know what I mean?
And he recently got dunked on again.
Yeah, he's like 5'8".
Nate Robinson sure was a knockout in that dunk contest.
Dang. All right, well, we can talk some more on that. Let's move on. It's halftime. Coach's Corner. You got a little something for us?
Not today. We're on hiatus today.
You said in the meeting you had some shit.
Yeah, you
Luda, you calling me out? All right. Hey, you know what? Coach's Corner.
I'm pulling receipts.
I got my notes right here. All right,
Thank
Luda, you and I, Luda.
You and
All right,
I.
so Coach's Corner goes, obviously still February and we're still in Black History Month, but I will also say as a teacher, I think that we shouldn't just have 1 month. It should be an all year round thing because I have been educated to no end this month reading and like you look at the movie Glory Road. Luda, do you know what Glory Road was about, Luda?
I don't have a reference of what it was.
Now we're
Glory hole, what?
Whoa. Tell what you're ordering. Are you ordering that on your drive-through or what? Whoa. 1966, Texas Western.
Talk that talk, Coach. Talk that
Oh,
talk.
was that a
Kentucky,
sports
baby.
movie? Oh, I heard about that.
Absolutely. And it's good
I
stuff.
heard about that.
Yeah. Hey, first all starting.
Hey, what school is Texas Western now? Coach's Corner.
I'm gonna say it's Abilene Christian.
TCU.
It's
Negative.
the Main Green, isn't it? North
Texas, North Texas?
North Texas.
I don't think so. I don't believe
I don't
so.
know.
I don't think it is either.
Oh, Brian, you asked the question. You don't know?
Oh,
No, I'm pretty
he
sure.
said he
I'm
didn't
pretty sure it's El Paso, UTEP.
You tip.
Oh man,
I think
somebody
it got
Google.
renamed to University of
Who's their
Texas El
most famous
Paso.
alum?
Shit.
well, anyway, so my Coach's Corner is basically, I read that article. It was in USA Today, and obviously the movie, and it's just amazing. And to be for the Black community to be oppressed all these years, like I just think it's completely unfair. And it's great to read stories like that and to be educated about our history in our country. So I just thought that was an amazing story.
Respect to that.
And it's not about the skin color, it's about the person inside and their heart and their
Amen.
desire to go after what they want. And that coach, I read that article, and it was just amazing. They didn't give up, and it was a great read.
Hey, real quick.
Great job, Coach. Great job. Hey, you were going to skip on that?
You know what? I appreciate you, Luda, for calling me out. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
You're right,
I'm being
Brian.
scared.
It was UTEP. It is UTEP.
Mick, what you got?
Receipts.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
What's the receipts on?
No, I'm saying pull that for receipts. So Brian, next time someone tries to come at you sideways, be like, "Nah, man."
I got you.
Remember that.
But he wasn't 100% sure. I don't think.
Either
he
way,
was.
No, I
he had the
was.
right answer. He had the right answer.
He did say I think. All right. Well, anyway, speaking of thinking, we're gonna jump into the third quarter. What men think it's that time. So I got a few topics here. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. all of us are 80s babies, or hell, I'm not gonna get into it. How about this? All of us remember the 90s. How about that? Let's
That's
just
better.
do it this way. Yeah, let's just do it this way.
Better.
Good. Watch
All
your
of us
mouth.
can say that we remember the
Watch your mouth.
90s. So let's talk about it real quick, fellas. And once again, this is Roundtable open for discussion. What was socially acceptable in the 90s that isn't today?
Never reach.
I'll go back a little further. Riding in the back of a truck
Riding in the back of a truck.
You know, that's funny.
with
That's
no
funny.
seatbelt.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
I
funny.
rode in the back of an
Very
Uncle
good,
Mio.
Bob. Yeah.
You get a
You're
ticket
right.
now.
Yeah.
That was very PC. I like
Hey,
that.
yeah.
Hey,
we
mopeds
can't
were
even
cool
say
back
what it
then.
is because everything's
Can't ride a moped
we're
now.
all scared.
Right. Yeah.
Moped.
Riding a moped.
A moped?
Yeah.
A
Hey, we did
moped?
that.
Free.
Won't
Moped.
say, but
Hold
I
on.
heard some people
We
do that
rode
in
a
Miami.
moped in Miami,
Yeah,
Yeah, but we got-
exactly.
and that was in the 2000s.
Yeah, but every time we said we rode mopeds in Miami, we get clowned.
Yeah. And you know what?
I wasn't there. I didn't ride any mopeds.
Me
Bob
neither.
was there.
Shit, you didn't ride any
Y'all get
mopeds.
clowned because Bob
Y'all did
act
it
like he can
twice.
ride one.
Hey,
But I did.
German
But you
Jason
did.
did it twice.
Yeah, German Jason did it twice.
Just the two of us.
We went to the beach and you guys went moped riding.
You know what I think?
Hey,
is
were
kinda-
y'all like one on the front and the back, or do you have your own moped?
Mopeds new.
Here's something
Just
that
the two of
left
us.
back in the 90s.
Don't go so fast, Jason.
I think like the jock bully was kind of left back in the 90s now. Like that's not really seem like it's a thing anymore. And
What?
like the jock that's the bully,
Yeah.
almost like the dumb jock. That's kind of like
Yeah.
I feel like
Too
that's
many
kinda
people know MMA or think they know MMA these days.
Yeah. I would just going with that. I think snapping is something that was socially acceptable in the 90s that it isn't today, which is why comedy has changed and evolved. Like you can't talk about somebody the way you
It's
used
like,
to.
look, I could still snap
Yeah.
right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, snapping, and not in this form. I mean, in the form of talking about somebody in
happened
a
on something.
comedic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that died.
No, we used to go to the park and play this game where someone would get the football and they'd run around and we'd all try to tackle them.
Near that
yeah.
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Near
Smear
that.
the,
person.
smear the
or
what?
smear
the
the
queer.
person,
The queer
smear the
stuff.
person.
Yeah.
You know what?
Isn't
have
that
to.
Byron's last name, the queer?
Huh?
Whoa.
Point.
Bubbo.
Yikes.
Bubbo, hey, you be careful when you walk out of that room. Somebody might be waiting for you, buddy.
We'll see. I'll be here. I'll be here.
You know what, Mick brings up a great point. Today's society is way oversensitive about.
You know what?
everything.
All queer means is weird. When you really look it up.
I didn't say queer. I said
It's
queer.
okay to say
That's
it.
his last name.
No, I'm
So
saying
we know what you're
smear the
saying.
queer.
There's a lot of things
Yeah.
that mean something that are used for other.
Right.
Yes.
Things,
Yes.
Other.
Well, you
I-
can't. You
I remember
can't.
when we used to make my sister do that. Throw the ball to her and go just smash her.
That's called.
Tackle the shit out of her.
Like, remember,
Proud of that. Look at him. He's proud of that.
I don't know if you guys played it when you guys were
It was
young, but
funny.
when Luda and I were young, we used to play Ding Dong Ditch.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know
they
that
call
you
it
can get away with
something
that
else.
anymore.
Oh
They call it
You
yeah.
can't get
something
away
else.
with that anymore.
Yep.
We all
Yeah.
have ring cameras now. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
We
No
got
shit.
you on film. Got
Or
you.
toilet papering people's houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
egg.
I lived in a neighborhood. We didn't have no doorbells. We had screen doors.
You had to
Knock
knock.
knock.
Yeah,
How about crank calling people? We used to crank call people.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
God.
Mick, do you remember? I don't know who else was with us, but we
No caller
crank called-
ID.
We crank called somebody, and it ended up being her birthday. So we all started singing "Happy Birthday" to her, and she invited us to the party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys go?
That wasn't Eddie's sister who was traumatized from being beat up, was it?
Beat up, not beat up, just tackled.
I remember being able to dial a number without
Oh.
remembering numbers in the top of your head.
Oh, man,
Like
yeah.
I can't even do that shit.
Memorization is gone.
How about
Yeah.
BB Britches? BB
Yep.
Britches. You can't do that anymore. Anybody
Oh,
do
pumpkin
that?
smashing. Did y'all go pumpkin smashing?
BB Britches.
No.
Oh, pumpkin smashing? Yeah.
y'all didn't do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. After Halloween or late Halloween
Like,
night?
yeah, late Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Cow
Oh.
tipping.
Wait, what
Cow
about,
tipping?
so
No.
Cow tipping, yeah.
Smashing.
It's
That's
only in
Jason's.
Ontario,
That's
I
when
guess.
did
Jason's.
prank calling become unacceptable?
It's called
They
right-
can-
They
they
got
call
your
you
number
right
now.
back.
Caller ID now.
They got your
Oh, you
number
still-
now.
Star
You can still star
67.
67. Yeah, you still
Yeah.
star
You
67.
don't even have to do
I'm
that.
prank
It's
calling
just
one
going to
of y'all
show up
this
on
week.
your cell phone.
And
Half the
but
time.
nobody
It now
answers their
shows up
phone
as
anymore.
spam likely.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
answers their phone anymore.
All right.
Wait. How about landlines? Landlines.
Yeah, there you go.
right?
That's socially like
Oh, yeah.
that's not.
Yeah.
No,
really
wait a minute.
socially
Wait a minute.
acceptable
Anybody
anymore.
here on the podcast, raise your hand if you have a landline.
It
My
came in my
parents-
No.
One other
No.
thing, that was cool back in the day that definitely is not acceptable now is,
Oh.
when you used to have your rival in high school, and you can go do stuff, go steal their mascot, or go
Oh, yeah.
burn their field or do something, and
Yeah.
you can't get away with that.
Burning field seems a little extreme, but yeah, still in their
No, but not burning it with fire, but like putting your logo on their field with like
Yeah,
green
like
or
the
something,
like the like the initials. Now
Uh,
that's just-
not
I
real
thought he meant like
fire.
light it on fire, like
Well,
No,
it's
no,
not going to
no,
work
no.
really well out here in California anymore with all the AstroTurf.
yeah.
Well, that's true
Fake
too.
turf.
Well,
A
the
few things
cameras
from the
light right
90s
up.
that I miss, and these are back in my Mackin days. Writing letters to girls, folding them up all cute and shit. That game where you used to do like this and
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
mash
they do
or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying?
What was it called? Mash?
Mash or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You sit there, throw them
Slam
gang
books.
signs.
I thought you said
Yeah,
smash.
Luda.
Oh, that too.
Mash. Yeah. Mash too.
It's not acceptable
Uh,
right now. When you're married.
Pager codes.
Yeah, pager
You know what I'm
codes, yeah,
saying?
sure.
I miss
Whose
that.
house?
Yeah.
Rap's
What?
house.
Yeah.
You know what I
Those
miss?
are a few
You
things
know what
that
I miss in the
I wish
'90s?
could come back. What?
You know what I miss? How much the Rams sucked.
Oh, hey,
99.
Hey.
99.
hey, Renee,
Quote me on that.
you call me Chris Everett one more time. I'm gonna come across that.
Payphones aren't cool either. 'Cause I can't find them.
I can't
pay
find
Payphones
one
are
either.
cool.
Payphones.
When you find a payphone.
Yeah, when
Hey,
you find a
payphones are-
payphone.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mick, instead of buying 100-inch TVs, you should get an old payphone and put it in your corner. You know what I mean? Have your kids use that?
I'm gonna find them.
He's got a landline, so he could
16-bit
connect
There
it.
you
NES
go.
games. 16 or 32-bit games are no longer cool. You know what I'm saying? Sega. You know what I'm saying? The 32-bit.
I don't
All right.
know, man. I think Tecmo Bowl is pretty cool.
Tecmo Bowl is
Absolutely.
forever.
Classic,
Tecmo Bowl and
classic.
Punch Out are forever.
Mike Tyson's baby.
They
Yeah.
talked about bringing a new Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I
That'd
remember
be
they
great.
discussing it, but I think they maybe
Is he gonna
it's
have the
away.
tattoo?
That's what I was
Right?
going to ask. Yeah.
I think they tried to do that with
Is he
Steve
gonna have an
Austin.
eater? Will he have an eater?
He has it. As
He has it. It's
Holyfield
Holyfield
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
it
it.
here.
That's right. Holyfield. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
All
right.
right, real quick. So we're gonna move forward. Speaking of some childhood memories, I want to know, guys, if you were to follow your childhood dreams, what would you be today? Let's just go around the room.
I'll be a doctor right now.
Hall of Fame wide receiver.
I would
All
be
of
that
it.
too.
Danny
Yep.
Amendola right there
Yep.
in the flesh.
Professional
Yeah,
athlete.
wrestler?
Yeah,
Hold on, I got a quick story about me and Pete. We used to go up to this local school and play a little tackle football, no pads. And me
the
and
two
Pete
of
were
you?
always prima donnas because we used to wear gloves even before gloves were cool. And we had
Yay.
goalie gloves on, and we thought we were. Pete was the man. He'd run great routes, and he would crack people because we both play safety. He was out there laying hats,
Yeah, I had hands, just not super fast.
laid hats.
Okay.
You were not super fast.
Hey,
Both
I know, that's what I
I'd
said.
be
I know, I would agree
I'd
with
be
you.
Cole
You had
Beasley.
hands.
I'd be
You
Cole
like-
Beasley because
you
he's got the
Ricky
Ricky
mullet.
Prohl.
Baby hands.
Yeah, you can call me Ricky Pro. Not
That's
super
funny.
quick, just enough, but I fucking
Yeah.
never dropped nothing.
Oh boy. Renee, what would you be?
I would have been an NBA man. You could call me JJ Barrera or something. I'd have been the first.
Yeah.
Edward Nahara, bro. I'd have been the first Edward
Rubio.
I might have not been the greatest, but I'd have been on the court, man.
Representing.
Yep.
Roberto, what would you have been?
Boxer, man. Putting hands on fools.
All right.
Okay.
Really? I thought for sure you were going to say football.
Right? I thought he was gonna be running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah.
He just wants to do the dirty bird.
Jamal Anderson stole all his dreams.
Nick said Jamal Anderson stole his dreams.
Brian's laughing to himself.
And gave him nightmares.
Wow.
For me, actually, I originally was going to go off to school to become a teacher and a coach. So
Yeah,
I
there it
coached high school basketball for a few years and then said, I don't want to be a teacher.
Nice.
So that
Nice.
changed that dream.
Yeah. Well, I
Been a
definitely would have been.
college coach.
Yeah, right. I'd have definitely been a basketball player, but I went to school and learned French, so I automatically thought I was going to be overseas.
Uh-oh.
So that's probably where I would have been.
Overseas doing what though?
Playing basketball.
Oh,
Making love. When they told me France was language of love, I
Parlez-vous.
was like, that's a twofer. I'm out there. But it didn't quite work out that way. All right, let's talk relationships for a minute. Let's see here.
Well,
Where's
Luda's dream?
Actually, no. I'm sorry. There's one more thing.
They forgot the cues. They forgot the cues on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Luda. Yeah, what did you?
No, Luda said he wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah,
Luda started this off. Yeah, Luda said
somebody's paying
What
attention.
about you, Bob?
I wanted to be an engineer, and that's what I
TV repairman.
He didn't
as a kid, I wanted to be an engineer.
Didn't make it.
Look,
Yeah.
my hopes and dreams once I got to college, and saw the curriculum for an electrical engineer, I knew I had to focus more on my studies. But I think I could have played basketball. There was a guy there was a guy at UCR that I played against. He ended up making the team. I thought he was a better dunker, but I was a better shooter. And he made the team. We went to the national championship that year. We lost in the finals, but
What video game was this on
I think I
Genesis?
could have played ball. Well, you should know. You never beat me in basketball, Jason.
We're going first names now. All right.
In me face.
He made sure you knew who he was talking to. You know, what I'm saying?
Those games on MSG too. Did you won all those games?
Hey, Bob was Eduardo Nahara before Eduardo Nahara was Eduardo Nahara.
Thank you.
Nahara's getting a lot of attention.
Love today, huh?
Yeah, he better log into our podcast.
It's funny that the Hispanic people remember Eduardo Nahara because I don't even remember that guy in the league.
Oh, you don't
That's all
remember?
right.
He's on the Mavs.
I remember.
Come on, man.
Nuggets.
The Mavericks.
THC,
Race.
I'll give you a little heads up.
All right.
I was told to go easy on you in the next couple games, and that's why you guys had a shot at winning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's facts.
All right. Well, tell me who it was then.
It's a hot bar.
He's sitting to my on the screen.
He's on
Is
this
the guy with the
podcast.
landline? Is it the guy with the
Yes,
landline?
it's one of the landline guys.
Always looking out for his people. All right, next question. You meet your 18-year-old self, and you're allowed to say 3 words to him. What do you say?
I know what
Get that
Mick should
money.
be. I know what Mick should be. Start
Oh,
up
shit.
on the herb a lot earlier.
That was definitely more than 3 words, you non-count.
Mine would be don't do it.
Don't do it.
That would be
Wow.
so deep, Luda. I wonder what it was at that time, bro.
I mean, chase that paper.
Chase that
Yeah.
paper? Okay.
Get that money.
Babo, yours is get that money?
Get that money.
That's it.
Mine would have been focus in college.
Focus in college. Okay.
Mick, you were
Roberto?
pretty focused. You were
Yeah,
pretty
but
focused.
I didn't go to the right school.
I
went to
would've
the wrong
been-
school.
Yeah.
I agree.
Focus a lot earlier.
Focus a lot.
Yeah.
earlier.
Amen on that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yep.
Yeah. You too? Okay.
100. Yep.
Roberto?
I missed out on a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
To say 3 words.
Yeah, I probably should have been a little bit more aggressive on some opportunities with some
Females.
yeah. It's like, damn. I knew what I knew now. I was like, man, this shit was right here. It's just like
So,
I ain't know
so
what I was doing.
yours would be fuck that bitch.
Whoa.
Wowzers.
We don't condone that
That was
language.
socially
We just
acceptable in
lost.
the 90s. It's
How
no
about
longer
how
acceptable
about just
now, man.
on a platter for
On a
Roberto? On a platter.
Yeah, on a platter.
We just lost a subscriber right now, Luda.
Right?
Yeah.
Back to us, Lucinda. Come back.
You
Now
know,
we're down-
hey,
now we're
hey, you
down.
notice how Roberto said we lost our only subscriber?
With my mama, she like, dang, ain't I got
Luda.
Right. All right, last question for today. What's one thing you guys don't want to change post-COVID?
Traffic. I hate traffic.
Yes.
It's so
Going back to work in the office. Stay. I like it at the crib.
right.
You like
That's
it at the
cool.
Right
Crib.
here. I'm in my office in the back seat.
Mask. I want people to still wear a mask. I enjoy wearing my mask.
No, I want
That's
With
what
your
I'm saying.
landline.
Yeah.
With his landline.
Yeah, your wife
the
hates
man.
masks.
I just want people to
Everybody's
wash their damn
sanitizing
hands.
everything. Everybody's sanitizing everything a lot better.
They just need to wash their damn
Extra
hands.
stay.
Too many
Yeah.
people wipe their ass and just walk out of the the stall.
Bro,
That's
just
we
horrible.
see that.
That's
We see
horrible.
that a lot in the men's bathrooms. Like,
Yo,
it's
horrible.
disgusting.
Wild, son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nasty.
wild.
You know what gets me, especially at work? Like, all right,
Yes,
people are gonna
yes.
do it when they're gonna do it, but at work, like I'm
Right.
sitting
To shake
there,
your hand at some time.
Dude,
and they're like, yeah.
I'm gonna be sappy here, but I'm gonna say this. I want this to continue after COVID, just because
Definitely.
this is a way
Yeah.
for us to all still get together.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, it's once a week. We're at least all here.
Group
Bro,
hug.
we're
getting to
about
talk.
to be-
I don't-
we're about to.
I don't-
This is about to be the reason we no longer have jobs at some point. So you know, just that this will keep going.
Hey, B, I don't know if we all are here. I know that most of us are here, but I mean, I'm glad Renee's here.
Thanks.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Mine definitely is distance. Motherfuckers, keep your distance. I never liked anybody up on me. So the fact that they like that 6 feet, I'm 100% with.
2
You know what I mean?
steps.
I
homie.
like, huh?
2 steps, homie.
Wait a
At
minute.
least.
Wait a minute. Are you saying like when you're shooting people with your camera, you don't get,
No,
oh,
not usually.
You don't.
I mean,
They got. It's called zoom in.
zoom lens. Yeah, I could show you my zoom lens. That thing is like this, bro.
Well,
I get in there.
I could show you the pictures that I took of our screenshots of what Rick Rob was showing us. I mean, that was pretty close. Just jokes. Just
You
jokes.
would. You would.
I didn't.
All right, moving on. We're going to the fourth quarter. On to the fourth quarter, y'all. It's bumper to dumping time. We've got quite a few topics. We're not necessarily going to talk about them all, but let's jump in on this. So the very first thing, we're going to start in the NBA. A couple of things that happened this week. I'm just going to kind of group them, and you guys let me know what you think. The first one, potential stars or big names on the move. The first one was DeMarcus Cousins was cut by Houston. The second one is that Porzingis is potentially on the move. What do y'all think? Are we bumping or dumping these?
Let me just jump in real quick. I say, correct me if I'm wrong, you NBAers. Porzingis and Cousins, injury plagued, dump them.
I agree with you, Coach.
Yeah,
Dump that shit.
I would
Dump
say,
that shit.
I would
I need
say
to-
Marcus Cousins. I'm with the bump. Like you could get him at a cheap price. Porzingis is getting a fat contract. I don't want that if you can't play the whole season or at least
I agree.
80% of the games, especially
Hell
playoffs.
no.
So I agree with both you guys, but Porzingis is the bigger piece in my opinion. I don't know if you guys saw Dallas play last night, but without Porzingis, they will not do anything. So they need a healthy Porzingis, and if he can stay healthy, like at least to the 80 level, 65 games a year, Porzingis is that's a good pickup for anyone. I don't think Dallas lets him go.
Agreed with Mick.
I
I don't think Dallas
Okay.
lets them go either.
Let me ask you guys this question. Is New York looking, way better than they did before by letting Porzingis go?
Yes,
Yeah, right?
hands down. They're in the playoffs this year. Julius Randle's a hooper.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking way better. And they got rid of Dennis Smith Jr. too. They say, "Hey, go ahead, get out here, go back."
But the only thing I'm going to say to that, though, is it could be a system situation where he
yeah, I
didn't
think
fit
I
that
think it
system.
is Tibbs. It's Thibodeau, right? That's there. So I think it is
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
He does
That's
really
true.
well with young players.
But what's the knock on Thibodeau?
Drives
Defense.
Players wrong.
Defense,
He
yeah.
runs his players into the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he runs them into the ground.
That's what I'm saying. He does good with young players. If they're young, when they're
Hey,
old,
Rose
they
is
get
back
old.
there. Rose is back there, right?
Yeah,
Rose
he
is back
goes
with
back.
them.
Well, he played with them in Chicago, and they have that. They have a mutual understanding.
So
Yeah.
is Rose an old? Is Rose a young player still?
What I'm
Nah, I
saying
think
is
Rose knows the system.
mutual understanding, Bob. You got to read between the lines on that.
Wow.
You're an engineer.
Wowzer.
Straight up, you got to shoot it straight to me, dog. I don't read between the
You
lines.
know those generic
Ding, ding.
notes you engineers put on the drawings? Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh, I tell my
Wow.
wife the same thing.
It's the
Don't-
fine
I don't read
details.
between the lines. You got to tell me straight
I'm
up.
not your wife, Bob.
better tell me
You gotta read
straight
between
up.
the
Man,
lines.
tell me straight up, dog. Tell me straight up.
All right.
enough.
Paul Abdul.
On to the next one, man. On to the next one. All right. Des Bryant said that he wants to play 2 more seasons, but not in Baltimore. He appreciates Baltimore, got nothing salty to say about them, but he wants to move on somewhere else and play 2 more seasons.
Capital D, capital U, capital M, capital P. Get
Capital
out of
P.
here.
I co-sign
Get
that.
out of here.
Dump.
Yeah.
Could be picky at
Yeah.
all. He should be lucky with any team he gets on.
No,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Should be,
P.
He's
but he
done.
should be in the
I'm-
league, period.
I'm surprised he's not playing in Canada.
me and Des
Right now.
have the same ability to separate at this point.
Oh,
Yeah. I think his stats with Baltimore were like 6 yards or 6 receptions, something like that. It was.
I
it
do
was
want to
real-
say he did get dirty. He got Baltimore did him dirty with that whole COVID thing and him not playing. That was wrong.
I thought he opted out to not come back.
No. He couldn't come back. They tested him and he didn't have the
Oh,
results in
okay.
time when they played the Cowboys and he couldn't
Do
play.
you think that's the reason he doesn't want to play in Baltimore?
No. I'm just saying.
He
My
doesn't want
personal
to play
opinion.
because Lamar Jackson doesn't throw a good ball.
Oh,
That's a different topic
facts.
though for another day.
Yeah, Lamar got to work on that for sure. We'll get to that.
Well,
though.
I mean, yeah, they did do them wrong because they could have let him play if they really wanted to. Look what they did with KC. These
Thank you.
motherfuckers all got haircuts.
Thank you.
COVID
Thank
guy.
you.
He's done, dude. Dump him. He's done.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with that. He's been done since like a couple years ago, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
put the gasoline in the dumpster fire, man. It's over.
Oh,
Yep.
Sure. All right.
Next topic.
On to the
Renee
game.
come here.
I know, right? Renee just came back on here real smooth with it. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Get him out
I
of
told
here.
you he's a made man.
Sleeping
Yeah,
with the
I love it.
fishes.
I love it. All right. So I know most of us are hyped about the NCAA releasing another college game because this finally means that UCLA is going to win a college football championship once again. Yes. But Notre Dame has decided. Hey, man, it is what it is. I'm realistic about that. But Notre Dame has decided to opt out of the game. Are we bumping or dumping this?
Dump Notre Dame. They fucking suck.
I'm dumping it because I don't think that at the end of the day, I don't think that Notre Dame will opt out. And if they do, it's going to taint the game because we talked about this before, and you guys know how I feel about Blue Bloods. You got to have Notre Dame in a college football game. It's just not the same if you don't. My
Is
opinion.
it tradition or something? Basically,
It's tradition.
They
haven't
haven't
been
been
the
the
same
same since
Lou
Lou
Holtz.
They haven't
It's the
been the
money.
same.
It's the money for Jamal. For Jamal, it's the money. I don't care whether they're opt out or not.
Well, they'll probably replace him with a random team, right?
Yeah.
The Washington football team, probably.
Who cares? who cares? Lou Holtz is not there. Who cares? We don't care.
He didn't make it.
Oh my goodness, that's too
Just dump
funny.
it.
I
They'll
didn't buy that shit
eventually,
for my
they'll
PS5
eventually
anyway.
sign on.
You think so?
I think so.
Did you get the PS5, Pete?
I didn't buy. I'm not buying that fucking game for my PS5 anyway. I don't give a shit.
Oh, you did
you
get
get it?
Victorville, Best Buy.
You did get it?
You got
Show it to us. Where's it
Victorville,
at?
Best Buy. I'm not
You
home
didn't
right
get
now. I'm not home right now. I'm out
Look,
of town.
he's at the beach, man.
I
You
don't
can't
know.
use it at the beach.
I
What are
think
you
we got to
talking
call him BS. I'm calling him BS.
I'm calling. He ain't got it. He ain't got it.
Yes.
I
Bad
was home,
poker
I'd show
face.
you, but I'm not home.
Bad
Why-
poker
why-
You would
face.
have taken a picture and sent it.
Why-
I'm calling BS.
Why would he lie about that shit?
Well, I didn't think about taking a picture. I should have.
Somebody else took a picture and sent it to us right before we got on.
Okay, well, good.
Something about draws. I don't know.
All right, we're sticking with the college game. HBCU. Deion Sanders. I know we talked about him and why he chose Jackson State. He won his first game extremely big. Let's just start there first and foremost. And the second game, by the way, was postponed due to COVID. I believe somebody on the other team got tested positive, so that game is postponed. Bump or dump Deion winning his first game. This is gonna be a
Dump.
two-part.
We're bumping it.
Who
Bumping
did they
it.
play?
Edward Perez University.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Edward Perez.
Get out of here.
Look, how many big name programs play a shitty ass team the first game of the season? They all
Dump
do.
that shit.
Yeah, I don't think that should be dumped because of that whatsoever. I mean,
Dump.
the team could have been
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
No, I say
bumped
bust.
it if he would have lost.
What-
All right.
what do you-
I'm with it.
He's
I
He's
say
in the-
bump it just since he got his first dub. Like, hey, let's give him
I'm
some
with it.
credit. He got a dub,
Yeah,
man.
he's an elite.
That's
He's
it.
an elite.
I ain't saying like, bump it because, he beat some great team. Just, hey, he got his first dub. Let him ride that wave for a little bit, man.
He's an elite athlete that demands, and those guys, he's not going to get any scrubs on that team, and so
That's
it's
true.
expected. It's expected.
He's got his son.
Yeah,
as
but
a-
it's
as a
expected of
quarterback,
big
right?
schools that have these big name coaches to do the same thing. So what's the difference?
Great point.
Thank
Great
you.
point. So I don't think he should be at. Why is he at Jackson State or wherever he is?
He
Why doesn't he
chose-
go?
he-
So is that
chose
why
to
you're
be there.
is that why you're dumping this because he chose a lesser school or a school that
No.
isn't necessarily-
I'm supporting him winning. I'm just saying it's to
Saying it's
me.
a
Caliber of the win you don't support.
I
He
look,
won- he
like
went
what
to the
Renee
school
said.
to try to bring it up. He
I-
went there
I-
to make a difference.
and I'm supporting that. What I'm saying is it's not a bit to me. It's not a big deal because I would expect him to do this because he's an elite athlete.
Sure,
And
I
think
agree with
I
you.
think he's a
It's
great.
not-
I-
It's not
I
that
think-
big of a deal.
Yeah, I think he's a great motivator. I think guys are going to follow him,
Sure.
and I would, I'm proud
Right.
of him. I
That's
mean,
why you're
but
saying dump it. It's not a big story, really.
It's
Thank
a
you.
non-issue.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah.
So you're being racist.
What about him getting robbed?
Why does that have to come up?
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee.
We knew somebody was going to say it.
That's cold, man. It ain't nothing to do with that.
I thought Rick was going to say it, not Luda.
Shoot it at the white guy. Huh? You guys had to throw it at the white guy.
Thank you, Renee.
Yeah.
I had nothing to say about it at all. I'm sorry. And Mick, we all missed that. So the part about him getting robbed, what were you saying?
I'm saying that's an unfortunate side effect, and it really was a non-story, but I don't know why they had to make it a story because it just added fodder to it took away from his win. Because,
I would agree.
Because it alludes to, well, he's at a lesser school, HBCU, and it perpetuates, it fans the flames unnecessarily.
Yes.
Right.
I think they just did it because he got robbed, right? Like it's Dion.
Yeah.
Anytime any celebrity gets robbed, it's news. I mean, Lady Gaga got jacked for her dogs.
That was crazy.
I heard about
Well,
that.
who let them out?
Dog walker. It's cold, man. I'm just saying, right? Like it's news almost anytime a celebrity gets something like that happen to them. That sucks for anyone, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting your wallet taken and getting your, I don't know, $20,000 dogs robbed or whatever.
I think that was a me moment. If the equipment manager got his wallet stolen, he wouldn't have went up on to the press and said something about it, right?
Yeah, true that.
Thanks.
All right, well, last one, and this one's going to be a little involved. There was on USA Today, pop off. There was a what if draft day sort of projection, right? I'm only going to talk about the top 5 or 6 real quick, and I just want to know what you guys' thoughts on this. What if, in particular, is projecting that the Jets make that trade that I keep talking about for your boy Deshaun Watson. So they have at number 1, Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. Number 2, because of the projected trade, Justin Fields being their quarterback. Number 3, the Dolphins are going to, from Texans, they're going to get Penei Sewell, the tackle from Oregon. The Falcons are going to get them a new quarterback in Zach Wilson out of BYU. Cincinnati Bengals are going to get Michael Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State. And then these mighty Eagles are going to get Jamar Chase, the wide receiver for LSU. That's why I had to make 3 of 6 because I wanted to be mentioned.
Ain't nothing mighty about those Eagles.
That's funny because like that one is completely opposite of what Mel Kiper just predicted with his 2.0. He predicted a trade also. Yeah, but he predicted that the Jets were trading with the
ATL.
With the ATL, and that ATL was going up to go get. Was it Wilson also, or was it Fields?
I think so.
It was Wilson. It was moving up to get Wilson, but then San Francisco, I think, was moving up to like 6 or 7 to go get Justin Fields.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who with both of these trades, who ends up with Watson? The Jets.
It didn't even have Watson
about has nothing to do with Watson.
Nothing.
Bill Kiper,
Danger Russ is going to Dallas, boys.
What's that?
Think so?
Danger Russ is going to Dallas.
Oh, you just going to?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a sign and trade deal. Sign and trade deal right there. Sign Dak.
I would absolutely hate that because I really like Russell Wilson. I would
Good, get him out of the division.
See, I think the smart move would just team-wise would be for him to go to Chicago. They got a defense already, a good defense. They got one of the best receivers in the league, a top 5 receiver.
No.
That's assuming they sign him.
A decent running back.
He's a free agent, so that depends on
Robinson.
Signing him. Yeah,
Allen Robinson's a top 5 receiver. Yikes.
Yeah.
They haven't, but the news is they haven't talked to him since the last game. So
I'm just basing it on the teams he said he wanted to go to. So.
But Pete, you're saying Danger Russ to Chicago?
Yeah,
because he picked 4 teams,
right?
He picked
4 teams. They were one of them.
What about the 8 games a year? That weather is bad.
Yeah,
Seattle's weather isn't great.
Either,
but it's not
Chicago weather. That's true.
He's got to go
which is where their defense comes in.
The Dallas trade makes the most sense.
Sign Dallas
and trade him for Russ.
Send him to the Raiders. Fuck it. He said the Raiders was one of the teams, right?
How do you feel about that, Brian?
They're basically almost the same player, just difference in age.
But you think Russ is better, right?
Whoa, hold on.
You don't think Russ is better?
I don't think Dak is at the level of Russ.
He's not. I'm not saying that he is right now. I just said ultimately I think they are almost the same player. With the fact that Dak is younger, right?
Really?
So
I think Russ might be a better leader, though.
Yeah.
It's hard to
I
say.
think it,
Okay, I'm just asking.
yeah.
Hard to say. I mean,
I think
Yeah,
Russ
I
is more
just-
cerebral.
Renee, would you want Russ on your team?
Of course.
Damn, maybe that's
Over
They
what-
want
Garoppolo?
anybody but
Of
Garoppolo.
course.
They want anybody
Really?
but Garoppolo.
I'm not here to cape up for no Garoppolo. He's like mid-pack quarterback. Come on, man. Like,
Oh,
So who would you?
I literally heard them talk about Garoppolo the other day, and all the guys kept saying was how handsome he is. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is insane.
That's why he's in San Francisco.
And that's
Hey, so
what
who you hanging around on your free time with, man?
I was watching. It was the NFL Network that was talking. It was one of the
NFL Network. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was one of their
Yeah,
it was one of their
right.
talk shows with Nate Burleson, and they were talking about how handsome he is. I was like, what the fuck? What is
You made it
that?
sound like you were talking to some friends. and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. I thought you was hanging out,
I
hanging
mean,
around with some-
buddy, I could have been talking to you. You know what I'm saying? With all your love, me home.
Everybody
Maybe
love
Nate
everybody.
Burleson has a secret crush on Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh man, it's some weird stuff, man. I was like, yo,
I'll
this has
ju-
nothing to do with him throwing that.
I'll
ball.
just say this: until Dallas fixes their offensive line, I don't care if it's Russ or Dak.
That's a great point.
See, that's the thing. That's why he wants to
They-
leave Seattle.
they're
So
gonna
why
be-
would he go there?
Hey,
no, but
that-
but Dallas has the 4th ranked offensive line this season.
Yeah, but you got a lot,
That's
a lot of
assuming they're all
injuries.
there, and
Lot of
we had a
injuries.
lot of injuries
Yeah.
last year, and we lost our best center,
I'm just
who
saying,
retired.
They'll
Who
probably
decided to
still be a
retire
top
early.
Who was it? Jason Witten?
No,
Who was your
Frederick.
center?
Jason
It's a-
Witten.
He's a tight
He's a
end.
tight end.
Ah, man,
Frederick.
it's Jason. Frederick.
Well,
Okay.
Dallas has the resources to do it. If they choose to do it, that's another story. But
Yeah.
Jerry
Right.
Jones isn't afraid to spend money on the team.
That's the other thing I was going to say. When Jerry Jones heard that he could get Russ, I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
He pumped the
automatic.
brakes.
Change the market. Well, you know what? I hope they do get Russ, and then Dak is like, yo, I'm going to them Eagles so I can give it to him. I'm with that.
What about Hurts?
Well, yeah. What about Hurts, dude? You were all on
Yeah.
Hurts'
Throwing
fucking
him out.
jock all last season.
Speaking of sitting on the fence,
I am. No.
What?
I'm talking about upgrades. I'm talking about upgrades here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for-
Still,
for sure.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So if I can go get Dak, then I'll go get Dak, bro. I'm going. I mean, you kidding me? Easy.
so you what are
You
we
do
going
what's
to
best
what
for
are you
the
going to say to
team.
Hurts? What are you going to say to Hurts?
Bye.
Just keep sitting back behind the guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You'll be all right.
I'll trade him.
Or trade him. Trade him.
Trade, get some
Yeah.
picks.
Trade him.
You
Trade him
need
to
a back-
Atlanta.
You still need a backup.
Go get
Yeah,
a
to Atlanta.
wide receiver for the love of God.
Yeah,
Get back
we need a
in
wide.
all
We
the
need.
budget, yeah. Need a few of those.
Yeah, there's a few things. So, all right. Well, you guys just hijacked the entire thing that we talked about. Ain't nobody talked about NCAA at all on the draft. That's cool though. Are we tuning into the draft?
Oh, it's still a while.
Yeah, I can.
We'll
not
get
until-
there.
When is the
April.
draft? I don't even know. April? Oh,
April.
okay. Yeah. Nah. Is it going to be held in Vegas this year?
No,
Okay,
Next-
because remember they were supposed to do that
next
big thing.
year's
in
Vegas.
That's next year. That's where we're going to road trip. Road trip.
That'll be the only way that I'll watch it. All right, bet. Okay, and this concludes everything. All the quarters were over. We're going to final word time. And Renee, I mean, hey, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Rick, real quick, before you throw it to Renee, let me say one thing, and
Yeah.
it's actually about Renee. In the
Okay.
fraternity, we have a saying on recruiting. It's bring a man in better than yourself. And I think we hit a home run with Renee today. So I'm glad you're aboard, bud. Take it away.
Yeah, you done
Good job,
great,
Renee.
man.
Yeah, good
you
job,
done
good
great,
job.
brother. You done great.
I appreciate the invite. So
Yeah. Now, with that being said, your final word.
yeah, now with that being said, I'm gonna go a little more on like the emotional side because things that have been going on. But I just want everyone that make sure you like tell people you love them. Like I had a little scare with my mom's recently. It shook me up a little bit. Then I see this news on like Tiger. You kind of think like, dang, anyone could go anytime. My mom was up in the hospital for like five days. Can't go see her due to COVID, so had me a little worried. I'm sure my brother's aware of that. So I just think everyone should make sure they always squash any beef or anything you have for your kid or with your family, and just always tell them you love them and stay on point. That's how I feel.
Do you want to start here and tell Eddie?
Wait, what?
Something?
Mom was in the hospital?
I think what he's saying is that he loves you, P.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love you, Eddie. You're my brother. Look how awkward he got. We don't tell each other that.
He said, I wish I could say the same. I wish
Yeah,
I
he's
could
like,
say the same.
Just a thumbs up.
Hey, let me piggyback off that real quick because that's my second mom right there. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about her. For those who've never met her, she truly is an angel. And everybody needs a Grandma Mickey in their life. She takes care of everybody. She is super selfless. And I'm so glad that she's doing better, because the world is a better place with her here. And she really is a class act. So if you haven't met her, next time anybody comes to my house, we're driving to Grandma Mickey's house. And the first thing she's going to do when we get there is say, sit down, have some food, and welcome, and put her arms around you.
That's exactly how it is.
Grandma Mickey is special.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Well, respect to that. Renee, great final word. And big love to Eddie and the rest of the crew, man. Hey, moms, family, everybody, we love you. Shout out to mom's getting better. Hope everybody continues with that health. Stay safe out there.
Shout out to our one listener on YouTube. We love you.
Shout out to our one listener. Hey, man. And this
please stay with us.
Right?
We're sorry about what Luda said.
Baby, come back. Hey, man. And this wraps up episode 43. Thanks again for listening, man. We'll be back next week with another one. All love, all the time. Peace.
Who's